I do think it's rather odd that Raven would stay out all this time and not give me a call.
Mrs. Whitney is a very independent young woman.
That's the kindest word for it, Spencer.
Excuse me.
Who is it, Spencer? Spencer.
Hello, Aunt Geraldine.
Who in heaven's name are you?
I realize what a shock this must be, seeing me like this, Aunt. I'm sorry to intrude on you, but I was wondering if I could have just a few minutes of your time. May I come in?
You may. Spencer, don't leave this room.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, who are you and what do you want?
I realize that this may be difficult, perhaps impossible for you to believe, but I am your nephew, Schuyler Whitney. The man who was buried in that grave in Monticello Cemetery was an imposter. I don't even know who he was. All I do know is that he was a dead ringer for me and that he stole my fortune, my name, my inheritance. Whatever life he did lead here in Monticello was a living lie. Now, I realize that you haven't seen me since I was a very young boy, and I can't share any memories that would be particularly convincing.
All right. I'll play your little game for 1 minute more. No longer. My nephew, my late nephew, knew this house, do you?
No. I've never been here before.
Can you tell me what I gave you as a gift, as a going-away present, when you left for school in Switzerland?
No, I can't remember that.
The name of the street on which you lived with your parents here in Monticello.
It was so long ago. Perhaps if I had a little more time, I could... No, it's gone out of my head. I had an injury. I was sick. I had a head injury, and I still suffer from the effects of it.
It seems to me, Mr. Whoever you are suffering from delusions more than anything else. Either you have deluded yourself into thinking you are Schuyler Whitney simply because you look like him, or you think some bizarre replacement of him will be successful. I'm inclined to think it's the latter.
Please. Please, Aunt Geraldine. I beg you, I'm telling you the truth. Just because I can't answer a few of your questions, don't rob me of the only family that I have.
That this thing's gonna pay off. Just proving to Raven that she can be the victim of a hoax the same way I was doesn't mean she's going to sprout wings suddenly and give them back the Whitney Theater.
Yeah, I don't know. Stranger things have been known to happen, you know.
Like what?
Well, there's I can't think of anything.
Well, I agree with Gavin. I don't think they're gonna get the theater back. Not like this, anyway. I mean, we've all been a part of Raven's selfishness, and I doubt she's going to turn adorable overnight.
Yeah, well, it's not likely with her sitting in that cell, that's for sure.
And I hope that the practical joke is over and done with. Because despite Raven's past, she is human.
How can you tell?
Gavin, I saw what you went through when you were in the same predicament, when you thought you'd taken somebody's life. Now, come on, you were a mess, or have you forgotten? And I am sure that Raven is having a very hard time with this experience also.
Jail has a way of breaking down somebody.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty down about the whole thing myself. Well, I don't know how I got involved in Tyler.
Hey, how you doing, partner?
Yeah.
Hey.
Listen, would you guys excuse me for a minute? I need to go check in with Damian.
I wish I could find a way to get you to look happier.
I wish I felt it.
Maybe we shouldn't have gone to that station house. I shouldn't have suggested it, that's for sure. Is that why you're looking so unhappy?
No, it's really something else.
Like what?
A face.
The face of your mother?
No. The face of the man that was leaving my mother's room yesterday when she died.
Well, you should try to erase that from your memory.
I know, I've tried, but there's just something about that man's face that sticks in my memory.
Anyway, weren't you due in court for that mugging case this
I
morning?
sure was, but the victim didn't show up.
Again?
Yeah, as usual.
Boy, this job, I tell you, certainly makes you need some recreation. How about we go shoot some pool, huh?
Hey, I'd like to, but I'm still on duty.
Yeah, well, you're going to be through in half an hour.
Oh, I thought I'd use the time to make a social call on Eddie Lorimer. I'd like to take a look at his new office.
Are you crazy?
Oh, I knew you'd find that one funny.
Hey, not bad. You know?
Keep the hands away from the quad.
Oh, hey, sorry. Hey, Jimmy, baby, how's it going?
Hey, you just missed my best performance out there, Jim.
Yeah, I'll bet. You guys are about 4 feet off the ground. What's going on?
Well, you're about as low as a snake.
Yeah, come on, Jimmy. Pick that chin up off the floor. It's depressing.
You guys don't mind if I don't join in your hysteria?
Oh, but you would, man, if you'd been with us in the courtroom this afternoon. It was a thing of beauty. Kind of like Johnny's hair.
No kidding, Jim. It was fantastic.
Yeah, what happened?
Everything. Exactly as we had planned. Smiley was in his element. Definitely a 4-star performance as the judge.
There was only one hitch, and that was with Calvin Stoner. He copped out on us. He copped out on us. That's a good one.
Yeah, you...
What do you mean he copped out? You mean he didn't testify?
Yeah, minor detail. No problem, no problem.
Well, what about your testimony?
Well, Jim, it's going to be awfully difficult to be humble about this.
The highlight of the hearing, no doubt about it.
There was a slight change in the original script, however.
What do you mean?
Hector, why don't you tell him? I might blow it way out of proportion.
Well, okay, well, instead of giving the testimony the way it happened, Johnny accused Raven of cold-blooded murder.
What?
He said that the gun was his, that Raven found it, and in a fit of jealousy shot Jinx Avery to get rid of a rival. Just a little change.
You call that a little change?
But, Jim, I played it like Raven had asked me to cover up for her, but we had to change the script, otherwise I would have been an accomplice to the crime. Get it?
Yeah, well, who was responsible for this rewrite? As if I didn't know.
My clever brother, of course.
What is going on? What's the big idea?
Well, he just wants things to last a little longer, that's
Yeah,
all.
well, how long is this gonna last? I want this thing stopped. And I want it stopped now.
Say, Johnny, didn't you say that you wanted to go back to the penthouse to pick up your stuff? Well, say goodbye to Mrs. Buffy Revere? I mean, like a little gentleman, right?
I get it, I get it. Scam's all done. You guys don't need me anymore. I'll see you guys later.
Okay, Hector, give me the straight story. What's going on with your brother?
Let me level with you, Jim. Smiley never thought that the joke would change Raven Whitney's mind about giving us back the theater.
Huh. He's as smart as I thought he was.
Yes, he is. Because he's figured out a way to turn this joke into hard cash. Enough to buy the Whitney Theater.
Coffee, Mrs. Saxon?
No, Spencer. What we need is a drink.
Sir?
Yes, please, no, I.
Now, see here. Please try to understand. I'm still suffering from a state of shock.
Yes, I realize that, Aunt Geraldine.
I'd rather you didn't call me that.
Of course, I'm sorry.
In the name of heaven, how can you expect me to change gears all of a sudden and accept this incredible fairy tale?
All I can say, once again, is that what I'm telling you is the truth.
And how can you expect me to reject a man I had known as my nephew for more than a year? I lived with him and his wife in this house day after day. If he were an imposter, as you call him, don't you think I would have known that? Something would have given him away. But never was there the slightest hint of doubt in my mind that he was Schuyler Whitney.
He did his homework well.
He gave me proof. You've given me none.
I have none.
I'm sure I don't know why you'd want to assume his identity anyway. It wasn't a particularly attractive one. As a child, he was a spoiled brat, and he turned into I hate to say it, a monstrous man. But boy and man, I never cared for him much.
Yes, well, you're probably right about me being spoiled as a child, perhaps even as an adult. But I had 3 empty years in which to change.
That's neither here nor there. The fact is, I saw Schuyler Whitney lying in his coffin a month ago. And now you're trying to tell me that he stands in front of me here tonight.
I can see why you won't accept it. You've got more reason than one. One of them being the woman that he married. You're very close to her, aren't you?
Yes, very close.
I wonder, would you tell me where she is or when she'll be expected back?
Frankly, I don't know, and I'm not at all sure it's right. You should know.
Of course. I'm sorry, I've taken too much of your time already. I'll be going now. But please, please think about what I've said.
Mrs. Saxon, it's absolutely incredible. That man, the resemblance to your nephew.
Yes, the resemblance is phenomenal.
How could that possibly be?
I'm sure I don't know, Nora. I can't explain any of it. I just wish Raven were here. Then again, it's perhaps just as well she is not. I'm going upstairs to rest. I have to have some time to think.
Of course, Mrs. Saxon.
Shall I bring your dinner upstairs, Mrs. Saxon?
No, Spencer, thank you. But you can bring me that coffee, if you will.
Yes, ma'am.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I am sure that Raven wrote something down somewhere before she left. But where?
Well, what would you like first? The good news or the bad?
Oh, it's been that kind of a day?
Yes, it's been that kind of a day.
Well, does that mean that you would like a drink? Because I happen to have some made, by the way.
First, I would like a kiss.
Oh.
Then, I would like a drink. Okay. Yeah, that puts me in the right frame of mind for my announcement.
All right. I can't wait.
We have been invited to Jinx and Derek's wedding tomorrow morning at City Hall. If you can make it.
If I can make it. Of course I can make it. I've got to get the drinks. Oh, honey, that is wonderful. Oh, you know what I'm going to tell my editor? I'm going to tell him that I'm covering a police story. And it won't be a fabrication. Here you are.
Thank you.
My darling, here's to wedded bliss.
I'll drink to that.
All right, now, obviously, that was the good news.
Derek shared the bad news with me today. And he said there was no reason for you to be the only one of the wedding party who didn't know the truth.
What truth? What do you mean?
Nancy, Jinx's illness is terminal. The reason for this hurried ceremony is because she has so little time left.
It can't be.
I debated whether to tell you or not, but I thought I should because you'd probably sense that something was wrong.
What a terrible thing to happen.
Yes, it's tragic. But their going through with the wedding is very courageous. I'll see who that is.
Now I understand so many things that weren't quite clear to me. Small, puzzling things about Jinx's behavior and Derek's moodiness. That explains everything.
Hi, Mrs. Carr. For you.
Oh, but me?
Yes,
Oh, my
ma'am.
goodness.
I need you to sign for it.
Thank you. This yours, honey?
Well, I
Is
wish
there a
I could
reason?
take credit for it, but I'm afraid I can't.
Oh, my.
Thank you.
Well, what a nice surprise.
Here you go. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, then. Oh, aren't they lovely? Thanks for the interview, Eddie Lorimer.
Well, Lieutenant, this is a surprise. Come on in, sit down. I'll be right with you. Poppy, do me a favor. Contact the Monticello Museum Society. Tell them I'll be more than happy to purchase 10 tickets to their fundraising dinner Saturday night. Cut a check for $2,500. That's 10 seats, $250 apiece. You got it? Good. She's cute. A little bit of a space cadet. Have a seat.
Hey, this is a great office you've got, Eddie.
Well, you know me. I like to be comfortable. How about a drink? You want a little scotch?
No,
Something?
thanks. I'm on duty.
Oh, I thought this was a social visit.
Well, it is, to a certain degree.
What is it, a fishing expedition?
Yeah, I'm looking for sharks.
Okay, Fisher, cut the bait, my friend. I'm a busy guy.
Hey, Eddie, I just came to congratulate you on your newfound prominence in the business community. You've risen pretty rapidly, haven't you?
Well, you know what they say. Some people got it, some people ain't. Isn't that what it's all about?
Mm-hmm. So what's your official title? President? General manager? General flunky?
You know something, Tyler? You're like salt in an open wound.
So I've been told.
I know what you're here for. But let me tell you something. If you're looking for some sort of illegal activity behind this business, this is a legitimate business. This is not a front, okay? Now, any attempts on your part to prove otherwise are going to be totally futile. I'll guarantee you that.
Sure, you're going to run this place just like your late predecessor. You'll keep this outfit strictly legitimate to keep your image straight with the public. Hell, next thing you know, you'll be sponsoring some Little League baseball team.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. Little League. Gotta remember that.
Yeah. You're just another civic-minded citizen of Monticello, right?
Ah, you got it, my friend. That's the idea. I'm straight, clean.
Look, Eddie, you and I have been through a lot together. Why don't you come straight with me? Now, you're running Lucky Mitchell's empire through this front, aren't you?
What is this, another little recording session? Did you bring your little tape recorder? You think?
There's just one thing that puzzles me, Eddie.
I thought you had everything figured out, my friend.
How in the hell did you climb up the ladder so fast, huh? What, are you going to tell me that you got this job through some merit system?
Now, you don't really expect me to tell you anything, do you? I mean, come on. I'll tell you what. You're running my patience very low. I've just about had it with you, okay? I want you to do me a favor. Take your little fishing pole. Go drop your line somewhere else. The sharks ain't biting today, my friend.
Sure, Eddie. You know, I'm really disappointed in you. I thought you and I were better friends. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go have my bulletproof vest cleaned, and you and I will go out and have a few drinks some night. How's that? I'll be seeing you.
Hey, Tyler. Drop in any time. But just remember, sharks never sleep.
Oh, hi. Did you have a nice visit?
I sure did.
Are you going to be doing business with Eddie?
Yeah, looks like there's a lot that needs to be salvaged around here.
Well, I'm glad to know my boss has such nice customers.
Say, how do you feel about going out to dinner sometime this week?
Oh, Eddie won't let me have dinner with anybody else.
I should have guessed that.
But, of course, he's going to be out of town on business for the next couple of days.
Mr. Gentry?
Well, thank you, Greg.
Well, darling,
I do think you could give an account of yourself while I was away. I hate to mention it, but I must say that the place does seem to be a little the worse for wear. What did you do for recreation, dear?
Well, not much. Just kind of made myself at home, like you said.
Indeed, Mr. Gentry, something made itself at home on the living room carpet. A wicked red stain. Very devil to get out.
Oh, must have been the red wine I spilled.
Gregory, you did promise to keep an eye on things, didn't you?
Yes, well, I did my very best, but there are times when even I have to close my eyes to sleep.
Oh, that.
If you'll excuse me.
You know, darling, I, too, found a little something extra when I got home.
Oh?
This. I found it under the sofa cushion.
Oh, you must have dropped it, huh?
Not my shade. I wouldn't be caught dead wearing heavenly puce.
Beg pardon, Mrs. Revere. The young lady to see you.